Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the Kahoks. I said the Kahoks, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, Kahoks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And welcome everyone to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School as we are back for the 6th game of this 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament here from Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Zach Roseman will be along to man the camera here for this next game, and we'll have Dr. Chris McCluskey along to provide us a little color commentary as we get you set for game number 6 between Collinsville and Hansberry Preparatory School out of Chicago. Here's a recap of what's gone on so far in the first 5 games. Game number 1, way back at 9 o'clock this morning, saw Springfield Southeast wallop Oakville by 50 points in a 97-47 victory. So Springfield Southeast moves on to the quarterfinal bracket on the winner's side, while Oakville does the same thing but on the consolation side of the bracket. Next up, Edwardsville and Quincy, and that was a barn burner all the way down to the very end as Edwardsville got the best of the Blue Devils, 59-56. So tomorrow's first quarterfinal matchup on the consolation side of the bracket will feature Oakville taking on Quincy at 9 o'clock. That'll be in the auxiliary gym. On the main floor, we'll have Springfield Southeast taking on Edwardsville at 9 o'clock. Game number 3 found Rockford East taking care of Decatur Eisenhower 88-77, while game number 4 had East St. Louis downing Althoff 78-49. So Rockford East and East St. Louis will make up the second winners bracket quarterfinal tomorrow at 10:30, while in the auxiliary gym, Decatur Eisenhower and Althoff will tangle at 10:30. The game that just completed here, that would be the Decatur MacArthur Generals taking care of the O'Fallon Panthers 55-47. So the Generals will await the winner of this game between Collinsville and Chicago Hansberry, while the loser will take on O'Fallon in the auxiliary gym tomorrow at noon. So that brings us to this current matchup between Collinsville and Hansberry Prep out of Chicago. We'll take a look here at Hansberry Prep first. I got all this information sent to me via email from the Bengals head coach, Al Brooks. They are 2-7 at the start of this year. They are a new program, he says, started in 2012. They have won at least 10 games out of a 20-game season. They play out of a conference against top quality Chicago preparatory school teams. They are a fast-paced team. They believe in the press and shoot concept of basketball, and they belong to a small network of charter schools called the Noble Conference, or the Noble Network of Chicago. They have all lower class students from junior to freshman because they are rebuilding as they lost 13 seniors from last year, and Coach Brooks says they still compete at the highest level of the sport. And other information I have for you is that Al Brooks is the head coach. He's 2-7, as he mentioned, 2-1 in the conference. That's good for 7th place out of 16 teams in that conference. And the Bengals are averaging 42.7 points a game, while they are giving up a whopping 75.5, and they went 7-14 last year, and really no other information is available on the IHSA's website regarding Chicago Hansberry. So we'll move on to Collinsville. Of course, they are coached by Darren Lee. They are 10-2 this year, are the Kahawks, 2-2 in the Southwestern Conference, and that's good for 2nd place right now. Collinsville scoring 65 points a game, while they're giving up just 43. This is Lee's 10th year, and he is 150 wins under his belt with Collinsville to 132 losses, and just one regional championship for Coach Lee and the Kahawks while Coach Lee has been here, and that was in 2015 when they downed East St. Louis in the Belleville Regional. All right, so time for a little history lesson here for Collinsville. Boys basketball started here at Collinsville High School in 1907. They went 9-4 under Bliss D. They were 11-6 the next year, and that was Bliss D's last year. And then from 1909 to 1917, the Kahawks went through 7 coaches. They went 20-10 in that time, with the best being a 21-2 season in 1913-14 under William Graham. That was his only season, and they did not win any hardware. There was no team for the Kahawks in the 18-19 season due to World War I. John Hawkins then took over in the 1919-20 season, and in the 2021 season, he went 20-1. Only loss was in the Final 8, and that knocked Collinsville out of its first trip to state. Hawkins went 68-25 over his 5 years at Collinsville. From 1924 to 1937, Willard Larson spent 13 years as the head coach of the Kahawks. He had a record of 251 wins to only 74 losses. Larson took his team back to state 10 years after Hawkins did and suffered the same fate in a 21-5 season. But in Larson's last year, that would be the 1936-37 year, his team went 27-4 and brought home the very first trophy from state. It was a 3rd place trophy. And then Alba Metternich took over for 5 years. James Plasick took over for 2 years. And then D.K. Darling and Jack Fabry both enjoyed a year. They took turns over those last couple of years. And 1 year of each, with Darling and Fabry both going to state, but not getting out of the Elite 8 once again. The next coach suffered the same fate as Darling and Fabry in his first 2 years, taking his team to state and failing to dent the Final 4. That was Virgil Fletcher. He took over in 1946. He went 29-5 in his first year, 27-2 in his second year, but lost in the Final 8 on both years. Collinsville then went 25-3 the next year, but lost in sectionals after Collinsville's 6th regional championship in a row after Virgil Fletcher took over. The 4th year under the current gymnasium's namesake was the best year for Coach Fletcher of his early hot start, taking Collinsville back to the Final 8, and this time they prevailed in the Final 8, made it down to the Final 4, and didn't win a game after that as Collinsville came home with the 4th place trophy. It was Collinsville's best finish since bringing home that 3rd place trophy all the way back in 1937. That was 13 years between, and that was the beginning of Fletcher's 32 years as Collinsville's high school coach. Fletcher went 747 and 170 in that time, made 11 trips to state. The next year after that, 1950, Collinsville finished in 4th place. The Kahoks then struggled to an 8-17 season in the 50 and 51 season. Only one other season was worse than that under Virgil Fletcher, and that was the 3-19 season in the 1970-71 year. So that was 20 years between horrible seasons for Coach Fletcher. The only 2 losing seasons in Fletcher's career was that 50-51 season and that 70-71 year. So we go back to the 56-57 year. Collinsville went back to state all the way to the championship game at 34-0 before losing to Heron 45-42. 4 years later, though, the 1960-61 team went 32-0 and brought home Collinsville's first state championship basketball trophy after a 84-50 beatdown of Thornton High School out of Harvey, Illinois. 4 years later, the Kahoks and Fletcher did it again, going 30-2 in the 64-65 season to bring home Collinsville's last boys basketball state championship trophy, this time with more of a thrilling game, a 55-52 win over Quincy. Fletcher and the Kahoks went back to state 5 times after that, only getting out of the Elite 8 once, which was a 3rd place trophy in Fletcher's final year that ended at 28-3 in the 1977-78 season. By the way, his final year as head coach was my first year as a freshman at Collinsville High School. In my freshman year, he was my gym teacher as a freshman, was Coach Fletcher. So after that, Gene Catalpa took over. He went 7 years from 1978 on and had a record of 126 wins and 65 losses. They were 3-time regional champions, were the Kahoks back then under Capalta, and 1 sectional championship. By the way, Gene Catalpa was also a gym teacher of mine. 85 through 2005 saw Bob Bone, another gym teacher of mine back in the day. He stayed for 20 years, racking up 360 wins to 201 losses. And during the 91-92 school year, they took Collinsville back to state, but they could not get out of the Elite 8, and that was the last time that the Kahoks went to the state championship level in boys basketball. Bone had 13 regional championships to his credit for his teams, 3 sectional championships, and that 1 super sectional championship, and that brings us then up to the 05 season. In 2005, Chris Kuznerek took over. He lasted for 4 years. He went 43-68, had 1 regional championship. That was his first year in 2005, that team he took over from Bob Bone. And in 110 years of basketball here at Collinsville High School, the Kahoks have 2,097 wins and only 871 losses. That is almost good for 71% of the time Collinsville wins their games. So the Kahoks in this tournament, of course, this is their 35th year. They are 85-44 in this tournament. 4 times the Kahoks have been champs, 1990, 1995, 2001, and the last year was 14 years ago, 2004. Collinsville has 8 second-place finishes. One of those came last year after they lost to Springfield Southeast. 7 third-place finishes, 5 fourth-place finishes, and 1 consolation championship. So now do you feel yourself a little bit better informed? I'm sure you do. Collinsville getting ready to take on Hansberry Prep out of Chicago. We will take a break here in the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll pass along the starting lineups to you as we get set for game number 6 of the first day of the 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, and that is next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast balcony here at Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Zach Roseman is alongside, operating the camera. We expect Dr. Chris McCluskey to show up right around tip-off time, and here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with never mind. We'll take a break here and come back in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are just about ready for some basketball here. Here are your starting lineups for Hansberry. Alec York, a 6-foot junior, followed by Chantrell Meeks Scott, a 5'11 freshman. Kaizan McGowan, a 6'4 junior. Lee Douglas, a 6'3 junior. And Chase Johnson, a 5'10 freshman. Same starting five we've been seeing all year long here for your Collinsville Kahawks. They'll have Zane Baker on the floor, the 5'11 senior, followed by Kawan Smith, the 5'9 junior, Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1 junior, Marshall Harrison, the 6'3 senior, and Kadrian Jones, the 6'6 junior. Hansberry College Prep, they are known as the Bengals, out of Chicago, and they are dressed in all maroon, trimmed in a little white. Numbers are in white on the backs of their jerseys, and the fronts for that matter. Collinsville, they're the home team, and they have the white uniforms on with the numbers in purple. Kahawks in purple written across the fronts of their jerseys. Both of these teams have been introduced. Nice crowd on hand here as we start to see Lincoln and Madison start to arrive for the next game. It'll be Lincoln and Madison, Belleville East, and Granite City. Collinsville looking to advance. Winner of this game will take on Decatur MacArthur tomorrow afternoon at noon in quarterfinal action. And we are underway. Kadrian Jones actually wins the tip-off, but knocked it right back into the hands of York. And Hansberry will start off with the ball here as we begin game number 6 on day number 1 of this 35th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. And Meek Scott ends up traveling. First turnover belongs to Hansberry. So Collinsville will have their first crack at offense here. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith at midcourt gives it to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor thought about the three and then gets bumped off the play, kicks it back into Marshall Harrison off the glass for a quick two, and Collinsville is off and running 30 seconds into this contest. And then a loose ball picked up by Kawan Smith, brought back the other way. Here is Smith, he drives, and the fingertip roll makes it a quick 4-0 lead in favor of the Kahawks. A foul on the play as well will be to Chase Johnson, the 5'10 freshman. Commits this game's first foul. 4-0 lead, a chance for Kawan Smith to make it 5-0. Smith, 47.2% free throw shooter so far this year. His one and only shot rims out. Rebound being battled for. Won by Marshall Harrison. Give to Jones. And Jones puts it in for two. 6-0 in favor of Collinsville. 45 seconds gone in this first quarter. Here are the Bengals. They turn the ball over once again. Up to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor puts on a couple of moves and then throws the ball off of the feet of Anthony Curry, who is out there early. And Collinsville will retain possession. Rayshawn Taylor will throw the ball in, and Marshall Harrison immediately puts a shot up, but it rolls across the rim. Rebound belongs to Hansberry, and here comes Meek Scott off the bottom of the rim. No good. Rebound belongs to Taylor, who gives to Harrison, who gives to Smith. Back to Harrison. Fingertip roll on the drive from the right lane, and Collinsville is out 8-0. Here is Anthony Curry. The 5'10 senior loses the ball. Kawan Smith takes it and banks it off the glass for two more, and 10-0 right off the bat here. And right off the bat, Hansberry and Coach Al Brooks would like to take a timeout. Let's thank the fine folks who are putting on this tournament. That would be the fine folks at Prairie Farms. The 35th annual Collinsville Holiday Classic is brought to you by farmer-owned and locally produced Prairie Farms. Prairie Farms, the official sponsor of the Collinsville Holiday Classic, is supplying all athletes with chocolate milk after each game. Get on the road to recovery with delicious Prairie Farms chocolate milk. If you would like more information about their chocolate milk or any other product offered by Prairie Farms, you can check out their website at prairiefarms.com. So a Hansberry off to a 10-0 deficit decides to call a timeout, try to settle the kids down a little bit. Inbound pass will be coming in from Lee Douglas underneath of the Collinsville basket. He gets it into York. York drives it up across the timeline, over on the right wing, into the perimeter, baseline, shot good. Bengals get their first points. 2 minutes and 40 seconds into this contest. 10-2, Collinsville with the lead. Here is Marshall Harrison. Harrison gets it to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor drives and has the ball ripped out of his hands by McGowan. And Collinsville will keep, and it'll be Taylor who will inbound from underneath of his own basket to Kawan Smith, and he drives off the glass for a couple. 6 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. Here is Alik York, and a whistle will stop the action. We're going to have a foul called against Hansberry. It's going to go against Lee Douglas, the 6'3" junior. That'll be his first, team second. And here comes Kawan Smith for Collinsville. Smith across the timeline. Zigzags his way, now throws the ball into the corner. Three-point shot coming and made by Zane Baker. 15-2. Kahawks out front by 13. And we're going to have a Collinsville foul called for the first time here in this game. That'll go against Rayshawn Taylor. Can't miss the Lincoln Rail Splitters. They look like they're dressed for Christmas every year. The old green and red uniforms. Collinsville takes care of another Hansberry turnover. Here is Baker up to Smith, and Smith couldn't handle the hot pass. It ends up going out of bounds. So Collinsville will turn the ball back over to Hansberry Prep, and the Bengals will start to work their way up court. Here's York. York, top of the key, gives a pass up to Meek Scott. And a little jumper from about 5 feet out doesn't work, but the putback is good by McGowan. Dr. Chris McCleskey just texted me, said he's on his way. They're upside down. Well, an upside down with an underhand. Shot by Rayshawn Taylor. That would be funny if he did it upside down. 17-4. Kahawks in complete control right now. And they control it more with another turnover up to KJ. KJ tries a dunk, but he's fouled as he goes up by York. And that prevented that dunk from making it through the basket. And York will pick up his first foul, third team foul. And Kadrian Jones up to the free throw line, where he has hit 55.6% of his shots this year. KJ misses the first one. Chase Johnson steps back into the game. He was replaced by Anthony Curry for a little bit. And KJ falls short on that second shot, so Kahawks 0 for 2 from the free throw line for KJ anyway. Kawan Smith hit both of his, so Collinsville technically 50% at 2 for 2, and a blocking foul going to be tagged under Zane Baker's name. His first personal, second team foul, and the Bengals will inbound from underneath of their own basket with 4.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Another picked off pass. Taylor in for the dunk. Remember, I talked to him in the last game we had against Springfield back on Friday. He said he doesn't like to dunk, but he will when he has an opportunity to. There's a blocked shot by Marshall Harrison up to Taylor. He'll launch a three-point shot, and he'll hit it. From the left corner, Rayshawn Taylor on fire already. Collinsville up 22-4, halfway through quarter number one. There's a dribble and a drive by York and a whistle. This one is going to go also against Zane Baker. That'll be his second, third team foul, and now each team with 3. Daquan Pennington checks into the game. He'll take the place of Anthony Curry. And also checking into the game is Nolan Johnson, the 6'2" sophomore, and he will take the place of Lee Douglas. Inbound pass comes in. Bengals trail 22-4. Loose ball, picked up again by Kawan Smith. He races down the right side, off the glass, can't get it to go. Kadrian Jones jumps back up for a rebound. He tried to put it back and was fouled in the process, and KJ will head back to the free throw line after missing 2 just a moment ago. Jones misses his 3rd straight free throw. Still gets high fives from Taylor and Smith. Jones can't find the basket from the free throw line. He is now 0 for 4. But Collinsville up 22-4. Dr. Chris McCluskey in the house now joining us. How are you, sir?
Hey, thanks, Todd. Thanks for having us. Busy day at the office, taking care of patients, but glad to be here at the holiday tournament.
I saw you here earlier.
I was here. I came over lunch.
Oh, okay.
I try to get here as much as I can, and got to spend an hour here watching some good basketball, but always a pleasure when our Kahawks take the court here.
22-4, your Kahawks are in the lead right now as Hansberry is having trouble holding on to the ball. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith across the timeline. Looks for room over on the right side, dumps it off to Marshall Harrison. He goes in for a dunk, a dunk, and he can't finish up either. So 3 dunk tries. Only 1 has been successful here for Collinsville as this ball comes all the way out over onto the right wing. 3-point, make that a 2-point shot, banked it off the glass for Chase Johnson. And Collinsville works the ball back up the court as we approach 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Well, it's certainly nice to see Collinsville active in the backcourt and the front court, moving the ball well. Kawan Smith.
Yep, jumps it up 10 feet out. Marshall Harrison finishes it up after the initial shot wouldn't make it in. Collinsville now up 24-6.
Yeah, Harrison's so good at cleaning up the trash on the offensive boards. It's really going to be a key for the Kahawks in this tournament.
Shot taken out by the right wing by Nolan Johnson. Collinsville comes away with the rebound. Kawan Smith all the way up to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor bluffs the 3, drives baseline, and puts in a little fingertip roll. I think he thought about a dunk there for a second and backed off at the last moment.
I think it was a wise move. He jumped from about 10 feet out.
There's a left-handed underhand shot put up by Hansberry that misses the mark. Collinsville picks up the rebound. 2:10 left to play here in this first quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. No-look pass to Marshall Harrison, and Harrison gets jumped on from behind, and that's going to be a foul against Kaizan McGowan.
He has a beautiful no-look shovel pass by Rayshawn Taylor. You know, he's obviously the highlight of this Kahawk basketball squad, but it's also nice to see him being so unselfish on the offensive side of the floor.
At the free throw line, it is Marshall Harrison. Harrison, a 55.6% free throw shooter on the year, and he hits the first one. And wholesale player changes going on here by Collinsville. They'll bring in Aaron Moulton, Dante Williams. Out goes Kawan Smith and Kadrian Jones as Laurent Geladini waits in front of the scorer's table. He'll take the place of Marshall Harrison right after Harrison takes this last free throw shot.
Yeah, wise move by Coach Darren Lee to give the starters a break with the lead this large. You want to rest our guys. Tournament ball can be tiresome. You know.
Especially with 2 games coming up tomorrow. Harrison makes both of his free throws. That makes it a 22-point advantage for Collinsville. 28-6, 2:09 left to play here in this first quarter. Bringing the ball up is Walton for the Hansberry Prep Bengals out of Chicago. Over on the left wing, he'll give it up now for Grant. Grant moves it around to the top of the key, back over onto the right wing where he picks up his dribble and gives it up now for his teammate Pennington. Pennington brings it around top of the key, looking for some room. Boy, he traveled with that ball.
A travel or a foul, one of the two, right?
Yeah, it was something, but there was no whistle. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Dante can't finish. He is fouled in the process of going up to shoot, and that'll be a foul against Darius Walton.
Yeah, you know, good news on the officiating crew. Another thing with tournament balls, they try to keep the schedule on time, and with the lead this big, they're definitely going to let these guys play a little bit more. So I'm okay with some of those no calls as long as they keep everybody safe.
We had running clock in the very first game of the day, the 50-point win by Southeast Springfield, as Dante Williams misses his first free throw. Williams coming into this game, 46.2% from the line.
Yeah, I think Springfield Southeast is certainly maybe the team to beat down here this year.
Defending champions, yeah.
I don't think they lost anybody from last year either, if I'm not mistaken.
Williams takes care of it, makes it 29-6. And now over on the right wing, a ball that gets over the head of Grant, but he picks it up before it can get too far. 1:20 left to play here in this opening quarter. Grant picks up his dribble, gives it up now for Johnson. Johnson loses control of the ball. Collinsville comes up with another turnover. And here comes Rayshawn Taylor trying to turn that one into points. A little dipsy doodle reverse layup. Didn't make it, but Moulton puts it back in. And it's now 31-6 in favor of Collinsville.
Here goes Gelladini with another pick.
Another turnover, and this one put back in by Rayshawn Taylor.
Man, I love the way the Kahawks are attacking the offensive glass and turning missed shots into two-point buckets.
There's another turnover. Collinsville is all over the ball right now. All the way up to Dante Williams. He'll bank it off the glass for a couple on a right lane layup, and that makes it 35-6.
Correction, 24, Dylan O'Temple on that layup. He and Dante look a lot alike out there. But that was certainly Dylan O'Temple with a nice lay-in.
Here's Pennington. He puts up a floater that rolls all the way across the rim. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. Here comes Rayshawn Taylor. He'll deliberately slow things down, and he'll cross the timeline, give a pass to Gelladini. Over on the far side, that is O'Temple. Gets it up to Moulton, who gets it to Gelladini, and he makes the basket count as he got an arm around his neck as he went up for that. And it'll be another foul coming up here against Hansberry. That'll be their 7th.
Nice, strong move by the junior Gelladini, who's starting to see more playing time at the varsity level. The kid's all hustle and plays incredible defense, and he certainly earned his way onto the hardwood for the Kahok varsity squad.
87.5% from the free throw line for Gelladini. And the Bengals bring the ball back up court. Walton with it. Over on the left wing. Puts up a shot at the buzzer. No good. 38-6 is where we will stand after 1 quarter of play. We are back with the second quarter in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff, like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Chris McCluskey, and Zach Roseman along with you as Collinsville has a 38-6 lead after 1 quarter of play. And the Kahawks with the ball. Here is Moulton, gets it to O'Temple, who gets it into Dante Williams off the glass. Good for 2 more for Dante Williams. Here is York. York drives, takes a shot, can't get it to go. Gelladini there with the rebound, gets it up to Marshall Harrison. Marshall Harrison backs it up now for O'Temple to Moulton. Moulton to Harrison, to Gelladini. 3-point shot from the corner, good. 43-6 in favor of Collinsville. Here comes Johnson. He takes a shot from the wing. Rebound pulled down by Collinsville. Loose ball, no look pass. Geladini gets fouled. Nope, they didn't call a foul. I thought they did.
Another strong move by Laurent Geladini.
45-6 now, Collinsville up. Here is Alik York. York brings the ball outside for Johnson. Johnson has his lane cut off, gives it back to York. Back outside we go to Johnson. Johnson has it on the left wing, in front of the Kahok bench. He drives, and Geladini stuffed that right back to where it came from. Geladini brings the ball up across the timeline here for Collinsville. Bounce pass into Dante Williams. Baseline, reverse layup, good.
Hey, Kahok still putting points on the board, even the backups. Is there do we know the record for first quarter points in the tournament?
I don't know if they have that in the book or not. We'll find out later. Here's a little fall away jumper for York, and that gets Hansberry Prep closer to double digits. They stand at 8 right now. Collinsville has the 39-point lead.
Yeah, with some more underclassmen, look like they're ready to check in.
Geladini, oh! Couldn't get it to fall, but Marshall Harrison slides right in and slams that one home.
Oh, there's Marshall again cleaning up the trash, and he was about a foot above the rim on that one, Todd. That was showtime, baby.
Sure was. There is Myers now for Chicago, and a foul coming up against Collinsville with 5:46 left to play. That is going to go against Marshall Harrison. That's his first. Team's fourth. Hansberry Prep has 7 fouls up on the board. To the free throw line, Chantrell Meeks Scott. First one, no good. Logan Carlisle, Thomas Bardwell, and Caleb Ballinger check into the game for Collinsville as the Kahawks have a 41-point lead here in this second quarter.
I've seen this same 5 on the floor playing JV.
Yeah, I bet. The JV team out here.
And the JV team's been playing pretty well.
Yes, they have. Meek Scott ready for his second free throw. That one hits the mark. And that gives Hansberry 9. 40-point lead here for Collinsville. Inbound pass will come in from Moulton to Ballinger.
Yeah, it was nice of Hansberry to come down, though, to
Sure
the
was.
tournament and fill in last minute. So it's nice to have him in the house, and hopefully he'll have some competitive games in the consolation bracket.
Big three-point play there by Thomas Bardwell. And it's 52-9 in favor of Collinsville. Here's a three-point try on the other end. That one tips off the front of the rim by Chase Johnson and comes down into the hands of Anthony Curry. Curry into the paint, takes an off-balance shot. It will not fall. Rebound, put back up, and that one does go in for Lee Douglas.
Collinsville playing man defense. I like kind of getting a workout, especially with these younger guys on the floor.
Hansberry gets the double digits so far as they get 11 points. Here is Carlisle. Carlisle flips a pass out to the top of the key for Bardwell. Bardwell to Moulton. What's good about this is kind of sort of is a lot of these underclassmen, they might not have seen any action in this tournament.
No, that's exactly right. And, you know, some of these guys like a Logan Carlisle and an Aaron Moulton, we could get going and contribute at the varsity level. The Carlisle young man can be a great shooter at times with confidence. Aaron Moulton we've seen be dominant in the paint for the Kahawks.
Dylan O'Temple picks up a foul. That's the team's 5th, his first. Comes with 4:40 left to play here in this first half. Bengals with the ball. Here is York. York from the right wing picks up his dribble and now has to get rid of it and nowhere to go. Instead, he throws it away up to Carlisle and then into the hands of O'Temple. Back to Carlisle. Three-point shot again. This one tips across the far side of the rim, and it was saved by Hansberry Prep, but right into the hands of Kadrian Jones, and then a pop and drop shot there by Bardwell.
Thomas Bardwell, a junior, I believe. Is Thomas a junior or sophomore? He's a junior and does shoot the ball well. Bardwell with the rebound. He's going to give it up to the point guard who's going to bring the ball down. Collinsville in a spread offense.
Ballinger dumps it off in the corner. Carlisle 3. That one didn't hit anything, but it does come right down into the hands of Ballinger, and then it's shoved out of bounds by Hansberry.
Yeah, Logan just a little excited. I like that he wants to get his shot going and working, just getting a little excited and putting a little too much heat on the basketball.
That ball is pushed back out of bounds on the inbound try. Right behind, Kadrian Jones was Lee Douglas, and he got an arm in there and pushed that one out of bounds. So we'll do it all over again. Carlisle gets it in to Jones, who gets it over to Ballinger. Now another three-point try from the other corner by Logan Carlisle, hits the mark.
I like that out of the junior. He needs to get that shot going, not afraid to keep putting it up, and now he's on the mark.
There's a drive, basket that is good for York, and a foul coming up to boot. Will send York to the line. Logan Carlisle guilty of that foul. That is the 6th team foul by Collinsville.
Yeah, the last thing we want to do is stop the clock and put them on the line. But I like these younger guys playing aggressive basketball. You can't fault them for that.
Free throw good by York. 58-14.
Yeah, it looks like Kadrian Johnson crossed the inbounds line on the throw-in. I've seen him do that before. And it's going to be red ball on their side of the court.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds again. This time, last touch by Hansberry. And Collinsville will bring the ball up. Here comes Ballinger.
Yeah, a little hot potato with a basketball. Nobody wants to retain possession here.
Here comes the 5'8" sophomore for Collinsville. No look, dump off pass to Jones. And KJ banks it off the glass for 2 more Kahok points, 60-14. Coming up on 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Over on the wing, now bounced into the perimeter for Douglas. He takes an off-balance shot, can't get it to go. Rebound shoved out of bounds by the Bengals, so Collinsville will get the ball back.
Yeah, good boxing out by number 5, Carlisle. Not sure who the ball was out on, but the fact that he had position gained us another possession.
Zane Baker checks back into the game. He gives it to Caleb Ballinger, and Ballinger across the timeline gives it up to Carlisle. Carlisle on the left wing, inside KJ, strong move, hits the bottom of the backboard with it though, and the Bengals come away with the rebound. They bring it up. Here is Meek Scott, and back out to the far side. 3-point shot coming from York that rattles and falls out the right side, and there is Jones with the rebound. He gets the ball up to Bardwell. Bardwell trapped, and now a loose ball goes right through the legs of York and goes right to KJ. 3-point shot from the right wing, misses the mark for Carlisle. The putback, however, is good for Zane Baker.
Another offensive board by the Collinsville Kahawks. I tell you what, they're really crashing the boards hard tonight, and it's paying off.
Well, a little spin move inside the perimeter, loose ball, but it never left the hands of the boys in maroon, and Douglas puts it in the basket for his team's 16th point.
Well, that young man's got an athletic build and looked like he was above the rim on that putback.
Here's Ballinger over to Carlisle. Carlisle bounces the ball into the paint, and it's picked up by the Bengals. They bring the ball up court. Here is York through the lane, and swatting that out of there was Kadrian Jones.
Logan Carlisle tried to take a charge. The referee didn't quite know what to do, so he just called it out of bounds.
1:39 left to play here in this first half. All Collinsville, 62 points already to 16 compared to Hansberry. I'm sure this team from Hansberry, being from Chicago, they've played some schools just like this Kahok team.
I think we actually played them over the summer, from what I understand. Similar outcome. They're not very big. They don't have a lot of size.
Well, they've only been a basketball team since 2012, so they're young and
makes sense.
A young program and young kids to boot. They lost all of their seniors last year. They have absolutely, well, they have one senior on their team this year, and that's Anthony Curry, number 10. He's been out there a couple of times. Here is Williams, who tries to put it back up, and he can't. And we're going to have a foul coming up.
Yeah, Dante went up so strong, the ball ended up on top of the backboard.
Yeah, it did.
Don't see that very often.
Second foul against York. That's the team's 8th. So Dante Williams will be shooting 2. Williams, 46.2% from the free throw line this year.
Tell you what, nice crowd here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium to watch these Kahawks. There's not many seats open down low, and the bleachers are about 75% full. For those of you listening, come on out and support your Kahawks as this tournament progresses.
And a very good crowd, considering this is the first day, and we knew we were playing a team that really no one knew about, but we kind of figured we'd take care of business with them. As the second shot misses, reverse layup by Carlisle, or excuse me, won't go in for Bardwell, and then Carlisle gets a rebound, tries to put it back up. That ball ripped up out of his hands, and here is the only senior, Anthony Curry. Takes a shot, no good. The rebound put back up and in by Huglet.
It seems like Bardwell and Carlisle are easy to confuse, just like Williams and Mr. O'Temple.
Yeah. Here is Ooh, get that out of here. That was a nice play there by Huglet. And down at the other end, Curry lost the handle on the ball as he was going up for an easy layup. And Hansberry turns it over once again. Collinsville will have a chance to bring it back up court with 45 seconds left to play here in this first half. 62-18 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Bollinger. He gets it up into the corner now for Carlisle. Carlisle to Baker. Three-point shot on the way. That's a little short. Hits the front of the rim. York is there with the rebound. He brings it back up for Hansberry. Just outside the lane. That was a nice little athletic move there by York.
It's good to see the Kahawks working on their three-point shot right now, because as this tournament progresses, we're going to have to shoot the ball well from outside.
Here is another three-point try by Carlisle. That one's a little bit short. Actually a little bit long. Hits the inside of the rim and comes back out. Final 5 seconds. Here is Curry. Takes the shot off the rim. Can't get it to go. The putback is good by Huglet. And no time left for a shot for Collinsville. 62-22 at the end of one half of play. And we arrive at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll get all of our information brought up to us, and we'll pass it on to you as Collinsville enjoys a 62-22 lead at the end of one half of play here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And we welcome you into our halftime show, which is brought to you by Cafe Agape. They catered today's festivities here, and it was delicious. We had some biscuits and gravy and some scrambled eggs for breakfast, had some pulled pork sandwiches for lunch, and a little bit of grilled chicken for dinner. It was good. If you would like to find out more about Cafe Agape, they offer catering and delivery services, and they are open regular hours, Monday through Friday for lunchtime. Give them a call, 345-CAFE, 345-2233. 62-22. Collinsville up by 40 at the end of one half of play. Leading scorer in this one for Collinsville is Rayshawn Taylor with 11. Marshall Harrison right behind him with 10 points. 8 points for Laurent Geladini off of the bench. 6 points apiece for Kawan Smith and Thomas Bardwell. 5 points each for Dante Williams and Zane Baker. 4 points for Kadrian Jones. 3 for Logan Carlisle, and then a couple of points each for Aaron Moulton and Dylan Otemple. Leading scorer for Chicago Hansberry is the 9 points by Alik York. 4 points for Lee Douglas. 2 points each for Chase Johnson and Kaizan McGoran. Rest of the numbers we have for you. From the three-point line, Hansberry is 0 for 4, while Chicago is 6 of 11. From the free throw line, Hansberry hit 2 of 3, while Collinsville not too good from the free throw line, hitting 4 of 12. Collinsville out-rebounding Chicago Hansberry 29-16. Chicago Hansberry turned the ball over 16 times compared to Collinsville's 4. And Collinsville had 11 steals in that first half compared to 3 for Chicago Hansberry. Collinsville had a 38-6 lead after 1 quarter of play. They then outscored Hansberry 24-16 in that second quarter. And thus we stand with a 62-22 advantage for your Collinsville Kahawks at the end of one half of play. Big thank you to Ron McGee, his lovely daughter Dana. Been hanging out up here with me all afternoon, and the folks at Cafe Agape. Here's more information on Cafe Agape on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Let's thank Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. 62-22. 40-point lead belongs to Collinsville here as we are about ready to begin the second half of play. Collinsville will be shooting at the basket farthest away from our position as Hansberry Prep gets the ball first to begin this second half. 40-point lead at the beginning of the half. Not sure if we're going to have running clock the whole half or if they wait till the fourth quarter to do that. We'll find out soon enough. Here is Chantrell Meeks Scott. And right off the bat, a foul for Collinsville. So, Hansberry Prep back at it. Chase Johnson gives it up now for York. York pulls up, takes a three-point shot, high arc, no good. Rebound belongs to Kawan Smith. Here comes Zane Baker off the glass for two.
A nice left-hand lay-in by Zane Baker. Rayshawn trying for a steal.
And then KJ goes in for a chop block, which I don't think you're supposed to do in basketball. We're not supposed to do it in football either. That's illegal.
Tackle move by Kedrian. You know, but big KJ gets excited. He plays hard. You're not going to slow him down, that's for sure.
Chase Johnson gets up limping a little bit, stayed on the ground for a couple of seconds. He'll come off, though.
I think he was outmatched by about 8 inches and 100 pounds on that deal.
Yeah, that would be like me going up for a rebound against KJ. Not going to happen.
But you know better.
I do, because I'm old. I know my body would crumble as soon as I hit the ground. At the free throw line, it is Anthony Curry. Curry misses.
Hey, you know what I was noticing at halftime is that we had our backup players in the second quarter. I still think we scored 24 points, 24 to 26, something like that. So that's a real good sign for this Kahok group.
Actually, my scorecard from the Prairie Farms people has number 10 as Smith, not Curry. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Here's Collinsville into the corner. Baker kicks it back out front for Harrison, who gives it to Smith. Smith pops one from just inside the perimeter.
Kawan hits the 18-footer. Nice shot. I've always said that's the worst shot in basketball. Take a step back and make it a three-pointer, right?
Yeah.
At any rate, he found the net.
Here's a loose ball picked up by York. York from the left wing tries to take it around to the top of the key, which he does. Has Kawan Smith right in front of him. Now York dribbles, still no room to move, so he'll just pop one from the top of the key. It's a two-point shot. He had 1 foot on the line.
Yeah, another 19-footer. You know, I don't ever understand that shot in basketball, but hey, it's worth 2 points tonight.
66 to 24. Collinsville up comfortably. There is a lob pass to KJ off the glass. Can't get it to go. Battles for the rebound. Still can't haul it in. And this time York comes away with the loose ball for Hansberry. From the right wing, three-point shot, no good. Rebound comes all the way out to the left wing, and Kawan Smith will take it. Throw it up to Zane Baker, who gives to KJ, who gets mugged from behind by number 10.
Mid-air pass out of Zane Baker. He's showing hustle getting down the floor. I referred to him as Charlie Hustle on this Kahok squad this year, showing great senior leadership.
A little Pete Rose recognition there, huh? Here's KJ at the free throw line. 0 for 4 in the first half from the free throw line. He's good on that one.
Yeah, hustle and energy are two things that an athlete can control. And when you show hustle and energy on any athletic, in any athletic competition, good things are going to happen.
KJ finally broke that 0 for 4 with a 1 for 5 and can't get the next one to fall. Rebound belongs to Hansberry. Here is York bringing it up over on the right side. Tries to cut in baseline. Kawan Smith cut off that avenue. And then a tipped ball will go out of bounds off of the hands of Zane Baker.
You know, free throw shooting has been a weakness for the Kahawks. And
4 of 12 in the first half.
Pick that up if they want to proceed with any depth at all in this tournament.
or in the playoffs that'll be starting in February. They'll get it figured out by then, let's hope. McGowan banks in 2. 67 to 26 in favor of Collinsville. Still up by 41 are the Kahawks. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He drives and he gets hands around the face from Lee Douglas.
Well, it certainly wouldn't hurt us to get to the line, you know, to work on those free throws. The deal about free throws is repetition, repetition, repetition. And I don't think they spend a lot of time practice, you know, all out of games working on their free throws. So if they can do it here in the game, it'll be beneficial.
Rayshawn Taylor, his first trip to the free throw line here in this tournament. Good for 1. He comes in at 60.3 from the charity stripe. Of course, we all remember that young Mr. Rayshawn Taylor hit 29 in a row in last year's tournament.
We were standing right here. It was
Yes,
one of the
we
most
were.
amazing things I've ever seen on a basketball court, that's for sure.
69-26, three-point shot misses the mark for Hansberry. There is Kawan Smith with the rebound. Shovel pass up to Taylor, and he couldn't do it, but there is Marshall Harrison to finish it up.
Yeah, with that signature trash cleanup service. Good for 2 points on the offensive glass.
He does, man. He automatically, when he sees one of his teammates shooting, he cuts through the middle of that lane waiting for a rebound. A lot of other kids back up.
That's right. It's a stat builder, too. You get an offensive board and 2 buckets. Yeah, I'd like to see the Collinsville Kahawks go deep in the playoffs this year. I don't think most people realize losing Harrison next year and what a hole that's going to leave. We're going to need one of the other juniors or sophomores to come in and really fill that void.
There's Kawan Smith. He pulls up just in front of the free throw lane, takes a shot and sinks it for 2. 73-26 now in favor of Collinsville as we have 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Reverse layup doesn't work for York. Harrison with the rebound to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor, cross-link pass, no look. Oh, what a finish by Jones.
Great ball movement down the floor by the Kahawks. Jones goes strong off the glass. That's good for 2 points to put Collinsville with 75 points on the board with 4.5 left in the third.
Yeah, lots of room left for improvement there. There's a three-point shot. First one made by Hansberry here tonight as Meek Scott hit that one. That's what they're calling him. He's number 2. I got Meek Scott as number 3 on my list. I don't know.
Good to see some of the future Kahawks here in attendance watching the game tonight. That's something we need to see more of here in Collinsville.
Rayshawn Taylor cuts through the lane. A little fingertip roll off of that right-handed shot. Hits the mark. And Collinsville up 77-29. I'm going to poke a hole in my screen, man. I'm telling you what. There's a big three-point shot again. Same guy, Chantrell Meek Scott.
Yeah, watch Collinsville go ahead and slow it down here to take the momentum away from
Hansberry. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor trying to get his way in the perimeter. Does so with a shot. Can't get it to fall, but there's the putback by Kadrian Jones. And Collinsville now up 79-32.
Another offensive board turned into 2 points. Looks like we're going to have a full lineup change for the Kahawks at the next break and play.
That's like hockey. We call that a line change. Here is Zane Baker. Baker off the glass, good for 2.
Yeah, way to use his body for protection. Goes up with the right hand high off the glass. And here comes Hansberry on the offensive side of the floor.
York at the top of the key. Will pop a three-point shot from there. That misses. Rebound, volleyed for and won by Kadrian Jones. He'll give it over to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor brings it up the court with under 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter of an 81-32 lopsided kind of a score as we blow the whistle just to allow player changes. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I usually somebody has to call a timeout.
I think they're going to charge us for a timeout, but I think if both coaches agree, they don't need to take the full time, especially with 2 games left to play here tonight. Keep this baby on track.
We were just a little bit behind when we broke for dinner, and we ended up back on track with the 6:30 tip-off, and I think we'll be back on track because this game will probably feature running clock in the fourth quarter. There is the inbound pass to Moulton. Moulton gets it back to Ballinger. Ballinger tries to move in from that left wing. He's blocked out, and he gets the pass over to Geladini and then over the back of big number 34, Dante Williams. We're going to get a foul called against Pennington.
Yeah, Dante had good position using his body. He's a big, strong kid. Plays defensive end on the football team. Typically has a lot of success, so he's going to bring that physicality to the hardwood here.
Plays a little wide receiver on the offensive side as well.
That is true.
Here is Moulton. He will give the ball up to O'Temple, who gives it up now to Ballinger, who comes in and loses control of the ball. Ball ends up out of bounds. So Hansberry will take over control. 2:29 left to play here in this third quarter. 81-32 in favor of Collinsville. Here's a run by Walton, and he loses control of the ball. Picked up by Ballinger from the lane, takes the shot, good for 2.
Yeah, Caleb Ballinger shows a lot of quickness on the basketball floor. I think he's somebody that could become a contributor in years to come here in Collinsville.
Coming up on the final 2 minutes here in this third quarter, there's a shot and a miss and a putback and a miss and another rebound effort. And now Ballinger, what a smart heads-up play that was. Ballinger going out of bounds, facing the crowd, throws the ball back in over his right side, right off of the leg of one of the Hansberry players in Collinsville. Because of that effort, gets to keep the ball.
Yeah, showing that quickness and awareness. You know, it was a nice no-look pass right off of the defender. Good for another Collinsville possession.
So Collinsville brings it up. And there is a nice move, spin, turnaround. Dante Williams off the glass for a couple of more Collinsville points.
You know, Dante's also shown a lot of improvement on the offensive side of the floor. Shot percentage from the floor, his field goal percentage has improved drastically over the last couple weeks.
You know, I could keep my eyes on the floor a lot better if my scoreboard would work when I press the button the first time. Not the second time or the third or the fourth time, the first time.
You got to speak nice to it, Todd. You got to speak nice.
Three-point shot misses the mark this time by Meek Scott. And the rebound is put back up but not in off of the flying Pennington. Collinsville brings it back the other way. No good. Gelladini with the putback.
Yeah, a little alley-oop to big Dante Williams. He went up a little strong. Gelladini cleans up the trash. Another offensive board, good for 2 points.
55-point lead now for Collinsville. Final 50 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Meek Scott into the left corner, now back out toward the left wing. One-arm pass over to Curry or Smith. I don't know who.
Gelladini showing fast footwork on defense.
Number 10, and we'll just call him number 10. Rebound thrown away by Collinsville as taking a couple of jogs up the steps there was Dylan O'Temple.
Yeah, Dante Williams got a little excited and thought he was going to chuck the ball up the floor and chucked it right into the crowd over there to the mayor. I believe John Miller might have caught that ball.
Here comes the Bengals, and no, not anymore. O'Temple with a stuff and a steal. He'll take it down off the glass, too hard, and a foul coming up against the Bengals.
Yeah, that's Mr. Ballinger showing that quickness again, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of steals, offensive, defensive rebounds. I believe he's a 5'8" sophomore, hopefully still growing, and I really see this young man contributing down the road here in the next couple years for Collinsville Kahok basketball.
First one for Ballinger is in.
Yeah, Collinsville with 88 points on the board now, still in the third quarter.
Ballinger misses the second. This is his first free throws as a varsity player for Ballinger, so he is now 1 for 2. Rebound belongs to Hansberry. Final 10 seconds. Picked off pass, brought up. Here is O'Temple. O'Temple trying to get across the timeline. 5 seconds left, dumps it off to Williams, who dumps it off to Gelladini. And at the buzzer, Collinsville picks up another 2 points, and it is 90-32 after 3 quarters of play. We head to the fourth quarter with your Kahawks leading, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Collinsville up 90-32 here as we begin the fourth quarter of play with a running clock. Here is Geladini. He'll kick it outside, and a three-point shot rims out off of the hands of Bardwell, and then a whistle. Will suspend the action as the clock continues to run.
Well, good positioning by the Kahawks. Logan Carlisle earned himself a trip to the line. See if he can't add to this 90-point run that the Kahawks have put on. Nice display of offense tonight.
Logan Carlisle, 2 for 4 in limited varsity action this year for Collinsville from the free throw line, and now 3 for 4. 9 points away from hitting that 100-point mark. Hansberry, by the way, has given up 100 points in a game this year. They lost 105-49 against Prosser back on November the 28th.
I'm not sure the last time Collinsville's put up 100 points.
I don't know either. Yeah, good question. I'm sure somebody out there knows. I don't. I have not seen them score 100 points in the 8 years I've been doing this, so.
I don't believe I have either.
Yeah. Per Hansberry brings the ball up. It is York. York over on the right wing, dumps it off. Here comes a three-point shot. That's off of the front of the rim from Isaiah Grant, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Geladini. He slows down on the right side, gives it up to Dante Williams, who gives it back. And a, I don't know, did Thomas Bardwell think he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar slicing through the lane, getting ready to do a sky hook?
He certainly looked like it with the left hand as well.
Yeah.
But at any rate, he made it look good with a pass to Laurent Geladini, who's earned a trip to the line to see if he can add to this huge Kahawk lead tonight.
6th foul here in the second half for Hansberry Prep. Geladini to the free throw line, hits his first one. Geladini had hit 7 of 8 coming into this contest.
Bollinger checks back into the game. He'll run the point guard spot.
Geladini now 2 for 2 from the free throw line in this game as he hit his one and only shot in the first half, now 3 for 3. 94-32 in favor of Collinsville. 5.5 minutes to go. Here is Meek Scott with a three-point shot from the top of the key. Geladini is there with the rebound, and he'll shove the ball up court, gets it into the hands of Carlisle, and Carlisle is fouled on his way to the basket.
Oh, even this JV squad that's out on the floor tonight, I mean, it's varsity ball, but basically the JV team, they're really pushing the ball up the floor with great tempo. You know, even though we're up big, they're really working on their game and showing a lot of transition basketball, so it's great to see.
There is Logan Carlisle, who is 2 for 4 from the free throw line during the season in his limited varsity action. That gives Collinsville 95 points on the first one hit by Carlisle. And he'll have one more coming his way. Clock continues to move. 4:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Next game, game number 7, as that one rims out between Lincoln and Madison, scheduled to tip off at 8 o'clock. We'll get that one done on time.
Looks like we have a lane violation on Hansberry. So Logan missed his second attempt. That's going to be null and void. He's going to get another shot at it.
It's going to look a lot like Christmas on the floor here in the next game. Lincoln Rail Splitters, they are red and green, and Madison is green. So it's going to look a lot like Christmas. Carlisle makes the second one. 96 points now for Collinsville, halfway through this fourth quarter.
Well, it was such a great offensive performance. It'd be nice to go triple digits tonight.
Smith back into the game. Pen, please. Here is York. You know, they're going to keep on calling him Smith from the bench. I'm going to call him Smith, too. I don't even know. They got a Curry on their team or not. There is
Reminds me of Coming to America. His mama call him Clay, I call him Clay.
Here is Smith, who used to be known as Curry. Hands the ball off to the other guy who I really don't know his name. I got Myers as number 2, but they have him down as Meeks Scott.
We'll just call him number 2. How about that?
How about that? Number 2 and number 10.
At any rate, out of bounds on Hansberry. Collinsville's going to bring the ball in. Bellinger's going to bring the ball up as a point guard and see if we can't get to triple digits. It's going to take 2 more buckets.
That it is, and the clock continues to run. 2:50 left to play here in this one. Carlisle passes it into Geladini just outside the lane. He'll turn around and get that one stuffed before he could even get it off. Now back out to the wing. I thought he was going to take a 3. Old Temple kind of bluffed it there. Now a handoff pass to Bollinger up underneath and turn around. Take it anyway, says Thomas Bardwell. No good. Rebound outside. 3-point shot on the way, and it's good. Dylan Old Temple hits a big 3-point shot. Collinsville's at 99 points.
Yeah, Dylan Old Temple's a hard worker, and they try to feed him in some of the other games I've seen. It's nice to see him step up and hit a big 3-pointer.
York hits a 2-pointer from about 8 feet underneath the basket. 99-34. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Collinsville well out in front and well on their way to a matchup tomorrow with Decatur MacArthur. Here is another 3-point shot, no good. Put back, Carlisle couldn't get his hands on it. That ball is kept inbounds by Hansberry, and then York takes it and gives it up and gets it right back. York at the top of the key with 90 seconds to play. York underhands it over into the corner. That is Huglet. Back out front for Meek Scott at the free throw line. He dumps it off, and off the glass for 2 is Huglet. 99-36. Collinsville with a minute 15 left to go to get that next bucket to give them 100. Up underneath, off the glass. Oh, no good, but going to the free throw line is going to be Thomas Bardwell, so we'll see if Collinsville can get to that 100-point plateau from the free throw line before we run out of time here. We're underneath the minute to go. Bardwell at the free throw line. Needs to hit just 1 to give Collinsville 100 points. And it rolls off to the left-hand side. Down to 40 seconds. Everybody wants that 100 point, don't they?
Man, come on, Thomas.
Bardwell has the weight of this gymnasium on his shoulders as he tries to hit the century mark. 30 seconds left. And he does!
Oh, he almost fell over with relief when he walked away from the free throw line.
100-36, 20 seconds left. York with a 3-point shot. That misses the mark. Geladini will bring the ball up, and Collinsville will slow it down. They are not interested in putting another point on the board, are the Kahawks right now. Here is Ballinger outside now to Bardwell. Bardwell gets it to Geladini, and that's going to do it. 100-36 is the final score as Collinsville will advance to take on Decatur MacArthur tomorrow afternoon at noon. That brings us in to our post-game show brought to you by Cullup Jennings Florist. Cullup Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. You can check out everything that Cullup Jennings Florist has to offer at 517 West Clay Street. Weekly specials every week of the year. For more information, call 344-0404 or online at CullupJennings.com. A small post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullup Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullup Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullup Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullup Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullup Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, CullupJennings.com. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof, maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show on the Kahoks Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one 100-36. Leading scorer in this one was Rayshawn Taylor with his 15 points for Collinsville. Right behind him, Laurent Gelladini with 14 points, 12 points belonging to Marshall Harrison, and 10 points for Kawan Smith rounds out your double-digit scores. Only one of those for Hansberry, as Alik York hit 13 points in this contest. From the lines, Collinsville, 7 of 14 from beyond the three-point stripe, while Chicago went 2 of 15 from the free throw line. Hansberry 2 of 5, while the Kahawks hit 15 of 26. Most of those came in late. Collinsville out-rebounding Hansberry, 51-25. Turnovers, 20 of those for Chicago, 7 for Collinsville, and the Kahawks racked up 14 steals in that game, and they held Chicago Hansberry to single digits in the first and the fourth quarter. Hansberry got 16 in the second and 10 in the third, but Collinsville had double digits in all of those quarters, including a modest 10 and a running clock in that fourth quarter to move on with that 100-36 victory over Chicago Hansberry. And now Collinsville will take on Decatur MacArthur tomorrow afternoon at noon in the winners bracket quarter final. That's going to do it for the Collinsville Hansberry game. Coming up next, Lincoln taking on Madison, and then the nightcap, Belleville East taking on Granite City. All that and more coming up here in just a little while on the Kahok Sports Network.